MJF came out to Battle Rouge. Did anyone else get stone cold vibes?
The word of the day is conglomeration, and what we got here is a conglomeration of podcasters talking about the AEW wrestlings. Chandler, what you got?
And on the road to Forbidden Door 2024, the Ring of Honor TV champion Kyle Fletcher scores a pinfall victory over the Ring of Honor World champion Mark Briscoe. What does this mean for the Ring of Honor titles? Does anyone care? All this and more in this week's episode of Grapple Sauce. Hit it, Dave.
Hey, Daver here. Welcome to the show.
Hey, this guy's Chad.
And Chandler's back as well. How we doing, Dynamite Dave?
Hey, you can call me NXT Dave. What? Ooh.
NXT. NXT. NXT.
I watched 75% of the episode of NXT. Let me just tell you. Okay, I got to start with the things I liked and the things I didn't.
You liked everything. The things you didn't like, that Takeshita wasn't on the show. Thank you for coming to the NXT review, guys.
All right. But for real, I liked Booker T. Him on commentary, just hearing his voice, that was a nostalgia hit for me. Big WCW fan, big surprise. I liked Kalani. What's her name?
Kalani Jordan.
Jordan. Yep, I liked her. She needs a little bit of work on the mic, but not a lot. I think she's going to be a big star. I liked the female wrestler who wrestled Michin. Can't remember her name, but she was pretty cool. She did this cool, she put Michin in the corner, kind of planked her on the middle ropes, and did this like hop on the rope and just butt bombed her. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. Let's see. I liked the guy who had the match against the registered Lex offender. Let's see, what is his name? Dante Chen. I liked him.
The woman I think you liked, is it Jada Parker?
Yep, Jada Parker. Yep, I think she definitely has something. She was a little bit better on the mic than Kalani Jordan. Michin, I don't know. Like, she didn't really show me, I don't know, that she had the ability that I thought she had. She's like been around a while, right? She was main roster, right?
I'm going to say this as nice as I can. I'm sure Michin is very talented, but there are some people where they've been on the main roster and they don't do much. So they're like, hey, you've at least been on mainstream television. Even if you don't do well, you've been on it. Head on down to NXT, which is our developmental system, and go work with some of those newer people. So I'm sure that's what Michin's doing right now. Trying to think who else is doing it right now. I can't really remember. I don't really watch NXT. I just kind of hear about it.
The Good Brothers.
Good
Brothers. Yeah. They just lost at the Battleground pay-per-view.
Yeah, Baron Corbin did it for a little while with him and Braun Breaker.
That revitalized Baron Corbin's career. I don't know for sure, but everyone said his NXT run was great, and now his new run on the main roster is great. So I used to not really like Baron Corbin, but if he's good now, hell yeah, that's cool.
I liked Sol Ruka.
Yeah.
Holy crap! That little flippy do move that she did a couple times in the ladder match, it looked unreal. Like,
I think
how do you do that?
Soul Sucker. People are calling it the new RKO. It's a cool name, cool move. She does it perfectly, which that's the RKO. Cool name, cool move, and they do it effortlessly. Effortlessly.
And what really gave me more respect for her is that she got hurt pretty bad and had to go through rehab and fought her way back to getting this title match. So yeah, I'm big on her. I can't wait to. Let me just say, I'm going to keep watching NXT.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Why
Yeah, and
not?
there's no real like good like Chase U or Tony D'Angelo. Like there's a lot of stuff you like. It was actually not the greatest episode. So hopefully you get to see one where Shawn Michaels throws on the chef coat and starts cooking for you.
I can't
Oh yeah.
wait for you to see Tony D'Angelo, the babyface guy who murders people.
Yeah.
And then we got to see Cody Rhodes make a jab at AEW because he walked in with Ethan Page, Lexus King, and who's the other
Sean
guy?
Spears.
Sean Spears. Yeah. And he went, "Hey, you all are in a good place now." Wink, oink, oink.
Ooh, that got me.
I thought that was funny. A little funny
They
jab.
they had to do it eventually, right?
I'm
Yeah.
surprised it's Cody of all people making that jab because he
Yeah.
still goes on about how proud he is of AEW and all that, and yet here he is making a little jab. But I'm sure like the Bucks found it funny, right? Like the only person who probably got butthurt about it was Tony Khan in Jacksonville.
And someone's gonna have to defend Tony Khan about that,
Yeah,
i.e.,
Dustin
Dustin
Rhodes.
Rhodes.
He did his best. He bled a lot.
Let's see, what else did I like? I mean, it was cool seeing Cody. Like, literally, that was the first time I watched Cody Rhodes come out to his music, like on an actual show I was watching since he left AEW. Like, sure, there's been some YouTube clips of him in, you know, WWE and Raw and SmackDown or whatever, but like it was kind of surreal for me. Like it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Uh he's doing good things. I'm proud of him. Let's see. I did not like the Singapore Kane match itself. I liked Dante Chen. I don't think Lexus King is. I don't know. I guess he's better off because he, you know, is in like a lower promotion kind of to me, to where he could rise to the top, but he's still not. I don't know. He
He's
might
got
be
some work
just
to do.
slightly.
There's a reason Andrade went straight to the main roster, and of course CM Punk went straight to the main roster. There's a reason that Dragon Lee was on NXT for like a month or so, like maybe 2 months max, and then he was on the main roster. Like the talented people get put on the main roster immediately because they're like, "Oh, you can hang in TV time. You're good. Just go." Whereas someone like Lexus King might be in developmental for a little bit, which is fine, right? No one's amazing like day one. So if he needs to work on his craft a little bit, hopefully he can.
If I squinted, he did look like a young Chris Jericho.
Ooh, boo. Boo.
Like a lot, a lot, a lot.
Just like
Um,
Chris Jericho, Lexus King sure does love his TV time.
So I have to ask
what's
you, Dave, are you
yeah?
going to get yourself a Meat Week t-shirt?
Oh no, is that a Lexus King thing?
No, even
Oh,
better. They're doing a cross promotion with Arby's. It has a picture of like a man made out of Arby's roast beef on it. It's
I didn't
so
even know
dumb.
about that.
I love it. I think you could get diarrhea just by wearing the t-shirt.
Yeah.
yeah, we get meat drunk for
Yeah.
sure.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
I
yeah, I
need
might get
that.
it. We'll see. I'm gonna get that after I get my AEW for the sickos. That's what I really want. They haven't made it yet. I think that'll be a license to print money when they release it.
Why would they
Uh,
make more shirts like that when they already have another Chris Jericho Learning Tree shirt? Come on, Dave.
yeah, they do. That he pretends to give away, or he just like doesn't. Like, I love that. I
Yeah.
like it.
He's not a
But yeah, back to
philanthropist.
no, no. Back to this Singapore Cane match, Lexus King and Dante Chen. Man, like they didn't get creative. Like there wasn't any like innovative anything with the match. Like they hit each other, they, kicked each other in the face with the kendo and they choked each other with the I don't know. I think they could have done something innovative and they didn't.
Yeah.
Nothing revolutionary on that. We got to talk about Ava.
You
Get
mean
her
the best general manager out there?
get her
You
the
know
hell off of that show.
what? What are you talking about? I'll have you know, Ava's such a good GM that if she ran for a certain office in November, I'm sure she'd win.
Man, I had this one point where she was like looking to the side with this goofy smile, kinda like looking up in the air a little bit, and she looked like her dad so fucking much. It was just like, "Ugh," like, but man, her like acting is like I've said it when we were off the air, like reminded me of like a poorly put on high school play, kinda like I don't know, man. Ugh, I don't know. Uh,
She'll get there eventually. I don't know when that eventually is, but she'll get there.
Robert Stone was cool. The blonde lady who walked into their office, she had charisma. She she had it.
I have no idea who you're talking about. Who was it?
Her name?
Sol Ruka?
No. Let's see, I got it written down here somewhere. Um, do. No, maybe I didn't write it down. But oh yeah, let's see. Her name is uh Stevie Turner.
Ooh, okay. I don't really know her, but
She seemed entertaining enough. But yeah, Robert Stone's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I can't help but think they put her in that spot for one reason and one reason only. I wonder what that could be.
her incredible talent and promo skills. Well, she was a wrestler first, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, and
And
she
then they made her
wasn't
GM.
very good. Yeah.
Yeah, they made her GM because The Rock was probably like, "Well, I want her on TV, God damn it!" And well, you can attest how well that's going.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm gonna keep watching it. There were some things that, I liked. Uh Chad, you were telling me that like all in all, this wasn't the greatest episode compared to the
Yeah.
past couple.
Yeah. The previous two before that were quite excellent. And then this one just kind of, didn't do it for me, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. It felt small timey to me compared to, Dynamite. Even if they're not filling up the arenas that they're going in, it still feels like a big time show to
Yeah.
me.
I actually
Higher
quite enjoy their set for NXT. I don't know, like the size of it, how intimate it feels. Like when the crowd's rabid, it is friggin' awesome. But yeah, that week wasn't great. Like when they were in Las Vegas, whew, that was really good.
Yeah, the arena is real nice for NXT. I've never really watched it, but I like how like what you said. It's a nice little intimate area. Dave, do you know which one had more viewers
what Dynamite or NXT?
this week? Yeah,
Dynamite.
NXT won, baby. The war's back.
What?
I think NXT had like 718 viewers, and Dynamite had like 690 or something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
NXT wins the war, baby. The Wednesday Night War is
Oh.
back.
Oh man. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. Uh, Wow, that's very surprising to me. Um, but yeah, I'll keep watching it. I'll see how it goes. I will not be committing to any sort of Raw or SmackDown shenanigans like that, but yeah, I'll check out the YouTube clips for sure if anything piques my interest.
Like
Uh,
Ricochet getting murdered on live. AEW bound. Ricky O'Shea. He's coming.
yep. But yeah, real quick while I'm thinking about it, I want to do this not only one time but twice per episode, gentlemen. I'd like for you
Drop your
all, everyone
twos.
out there, including you, Chad and Chandler, go ahead and climb up that top rope. Make sure you're balanced.
So
Put
one
that
foot,
elbow up.
then the other foot.
Mm-hmm.
Then you
Yeah.
both. Then you get up to the top. Then you do your move.
The late
Yep,
great
yep.
Owen Hart showed Chad how to do that,
Stu
guys.
Hart.
You know,
Stu Hart.
Stu Hart. I thought he said Owen Hart after a
You
little
did
bit.
say Owen.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
when
he
he was
did?
it was when he was climbing the ropes. He was like, "This is the way Owen Hart did it, guys."
But he said he was trained by Stu, right?
Yes.
Before
Yes.
that. Okay.
He
Okay.
mentioned both.
I didn't catch the Owen part. But yeah, everyone out there, do me a big favor. Climb up to that top rope. Get that elbow ready. And elbow drop that like button. And then I want you to take your opponent, face him, bend him over, shove him in your crotch, and give him a power bomb right onto that subscribe button. Ah. And don't forget to leave a comment. Thank y'all. Yeah, I want to do that more than once earlier in the episode. Cool. Yeah. Well, that's enough about NXT. Yeah, other than the Ricochet, him getting demolished by Braun Breaker, probably going to AEW. That's kind of the news I've been keeping track of. I heard that JR's feeling better. He will be at Forbidden Door. That's pretty cool. Just make sure he's not on the whole show.
Yeah. Main event
Uh,
JR's prime JR.
Yeah, I'm sure
main
he'll
event.
call the
Yep.
Osprey Swerve match.
Yeah, main event JR for sure.
Like main event
Let's
Jey
see.
Uso.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, let's see. Anything else newsworthy that you've heard of, Chandler?
No. There's a lot of contract talk right now, but it's like speculative. There's nothing like confirmed other than Ricochet's not re-signing. And we don't know he's going to AEW, but it's kind of like he's dumb if he's not going to AEW. Not to be like that, but I don't know. Chad Gable's contract's up in the air right now. Seth Rollins is kind of up in the air, but it's like it's Seth Rollins. Why would he not re-sign? And then for AEW, I know Penta's is up in the air. A lot of people think he's going to WWE, which would be interesting. I hate to say it, they kind of need to keep like some sort of like not that Penta can't talk, but they need some sort of manager for him, like that Alex Abrahante guy is pretty good at that, like just being a hype guy and a supporter for him, and then a mouthpiece occasionally. So unless they're bringing him, but they're not gonna, because I think he just joined the Spanish announce team. Like they got to do something with him.
Yeah. Put him within Andrade.
Put him in NXT, like they were gonna do with Okada.
No.
Like Okada was
yeah.
gonna join Chase U.
Let's see. I guess you probably don't even know who she is because you didn't start watching AEW till after she was not on TV. But Rebel, not Reba, not Rebel, who used to be Britt Baker's sidekick, was actually backstage at NXT on Tuesday.
Ooh,
Yeah, don't know what that means, but it could
Britt
mean
Baker to
something.
NXT confirmed.
Oh man, did you only got to see her wrestle one time since you started watching AEW, huh? Britt
And it was
Baker?
a pretty crappy 4-way match at All In. So
Yeah, she was hurting bad. Real bad for that match. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty much all I got news-wise. But yeah, you all want to get right into Dynamite?
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
I like how they're foregoing the intro, just going into the cold open. I think that should be how they roll for now on. Yeah, really like that. We got a Swerve in ring promo. We got to see Prince Nana's butt crack when he was dancing. Uh, I like Taz. He's like, I keep telling him, pull up your pants. Uh, Swerve talks about his match coming up with Will Ospreay. He says Will Ospreay isn't a killer, but an assassin. Swerve got the name Killshot because if you don't pull the trigger, he sure as hell will. And he still respects Will Ospreay. He says Will Ospreay is a fighting champion, unlike the EVPs. And we hear stop, stop, stop. I had no idea who that was before he walked out. I was like, this? It was Okada, and he's with the Elite. Okada says, whose house? And the crowd obviously says Swerve's house. And he goes, it's my house, bitch. Love it. Uh, let's see. Nicholas Jackson apologizes to Swerve, says they took out Kenny, helped break Eddie Kingston's leg, and destroyed Team AEW at Anarchy in the Arena. Nicholas challenges Team AEW for blood and guts, and they all get in the ring. Matthew says Swerve is cool and a champion just like them. And he asks Swerve if he'll be on their team and be the fifth man, brother, for blood and guts. He gives Swerve a pair of Young Bucks Reeboks. Swerve basically says he's a philanthropist and throws the Reeboks in the crowd. Matthew says, oh, the injury bug just landed on you, Swerve. They go to attack Swerve, but the Acclaimed run out, and they all face each other. Let's see. Christopher Daniels comes out and he says there's no time for a brawl because Jack Perry has a TNT qualifying match right now. And then we go right into that match. Yeah, what do you think of the Swerve segment here?
Thought it was a little cheesy, a little silly. I typically like the Young Bucks and the Elite right now. I think they're pretty entertaining. But like they were like, we challenge the best in AEW to a 5-on-5 blood and guts because we gotta do blood and guts coming up. So like kind of didn't really care, but Swerve looks good. I don't like Christopher Daniels in this role, especially since Tony Khan is back. Like I much prefer Tony Khan being in Tony Schiavone's ear.
Yeah.
And then that Tony Schiavone go, wait a minute, and he says that like for commentary first. I like that, and then he goes onto the microphone. And he's like, wait a minute, guys. It sounds like something important is gonna happen. Like I always like that bit. They do it a lot, but it's always entertaining, and I think that's a lot better than Christopher Daniels coming out and just being like, ooh, never mind. There's a match.
Yeah, I agree. Now that I look at it, yeah, it's not doing it for me.
Yeah, I did like the aspect. It was almost like the impromptu match trope, but in reverse. Guys, nope, we have a match scheduled. You're gonna get to it. I actually kind of thought that was funny.
Yeah. It was a good
Believe it or
excuse for everyone to leave the ring. I'll say that.
yeah. Believe it or not, I do know who Adam Pearce is, and that's all I see when he comes out now. You brought that up a few weeks ago, Chandler, and yeah, that's pretty much all I see. They're the same guy.
Doesn't even make sense anymore story wise because he did it because Tony Khan got injured and he was communicating from Tocum via Jacksonville, right? And so it made sense to have like an in-person representative. But as of Double or Nothing, Tony Khan's been back. So do we?
The
We
way
don't.
I look at it is he's almost Kenny Omega's replacement.
I guess.
It's kind of how I feel about it.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. You know, it's like a wrestler can stand up for Tony Khan, right?
Yep.
I think I would have picked any other wrestler on the AEW roster before Christopher Daniels, but like, hey, Wardlow, you're gonna get your salary
Who?
doubled. I guess.
Who?
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of a big boy, but like Wardlow, you're gonna get your salary doubled, but you're gonna be a impromptu EVP. You're gonna defend Tony Khan. Okay, like cool. I can leave the Devil Dumpling Gang and make a lot of money and beat up people. Okay, then you get Wardlow on Team AEW. Wouldn't that be good?
That would have been good.
Or
But then
Samoa Joe. I know he's a heel, but like Samoa Joe, I'll double your salary. Like Tony Khan can do that. Anyone, I'll double your any big boy, I will double your salary if you just protect me from the elite. I would do it. I would do it.
then how would Christopher Daniels be able to be on TV after being fired?
Oh, I don't know. I don't. I'm out of options. I think I just wouldn't have him on TV. I hate to say it. I don't think he's that.
Oh,
He's a fine wrestler, but I don't think he's as good of a promo as he wants to be, as he needs to be
yeah,
for this main
Yeah.
event segment.
true, true. He's not as compelling as he needs to be.
Like
Uh,
even though I thought the Young Bucks were cheesy in this, they still delivered their lines with impact, right? And I believed them, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, like I can live in a world where the Young Bucks are like this tyrannical and they're holding people down and trying to beat up the world champ, blah blah. I can believe that. I don't believe Christopher Daniels is doing anything but cosplay.
That's true.
uh, but yeah, we lead right into the TNT qualifying match: Dustin Rhodes versus Jack Perry. Uh, Jack Perry doesn't have his ring gear on. He looks disheveled about that. At one point, Jack Perry pulls off the middle turnbuckle pad. Little foreshadowing there. Then he pulls off the padding on the floor, exposing the concrete. Dustin Rhodes counters Jack Perry into a back body drop. And Jack Perry lands right on the cement. So he kind of made that happen for himself. The whole setting up the table trope. Jack Perry gets a chair. Aubrey Edwards gets rid of it. Dustin Rhodes counters a V trigger into a power slam. I really like that. Dustin Rhodes gives Jack Perry the Dusty Slap. Then a little bit of offense. We get 10 punches in the corner. Then a unnatural kick while Aubrey isn't looking. Dustin Rhodes gives Jack Perry some jabs. Then the Dusty Elbow. Jack Perry kicks out of a crossroads. Jack Perry slams Dustin Rhodes into the exposed turnbuckle. Then a DDT to Dustin on the concrete floor. At this point, Dustin's gushing blood. Nothing new. He's the new John Moxley.
Definitely.
uh, he barely beats the 10 count. Jack Perry low blows Dustin, then gives him a running knee for the win. So yeah, looks like Jack Perry, Takeshita, and the winner of Dante Martin and Lee Moriarty. Did
And
that
Mark
happen
Briscoe.
already?
Mark Briscoe's in
Oh,
the match.
it's a 4-way. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's
Okay.
like 8-way. There's like 4 other
Yeah.
guys they haven't revealed.
Oh, no shit. Cool.
Like
Okay,
7
that
or 8.
makes it a lot more fun. Okay, cool. I'm happy about that. It's
Oh, it's
good.
like you know my review of this match. You ready for this? They put Penta versus Takeshita on Rampage, and they put this as the starter of AEW. Got that hot crowd. Ooh, I don't have any notes for this other than Dustin bled like really early And I liked that Jack Perry still won with the psycho knee. I like that bit. That's a cool little bit.
Yeah.
But that's the one move in a whole match that I had to watch.
Yeah. That I liked him doing the finger guns too, the Kenny Omega thing. Like
going for a V
he's
trigger.
yeah, he's just trying to needle everybody. I enjoy it. It was a cool story. I was listening to the What Cultures, and they were like, what if that was Dustin's last match? I mean, he came in bleeding like crazy and losing to Cody, and then let him leave bleeding like crazy and losing to the scapegoat.
Mhm.
Yep. I don't want that, but it could. It's very likely.
The Rock confirmed that he's a WWE Hall of Famer, so he's gonna go back to WWE at some point. Some point. I don't know when.
Yeah. Yeah. Jack Perry advanced. He'll be in that ladder match. Let's see. We got Renee backstage with Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Mark Briscoe. Man, a good lord. She asked how they can coexist after being being opponents. Kyle O'Reilly says they're pros. He says there's one person that he knows has his back, or Orange Cassidy says there's one person he knows that has his back, and Willow walks up, Willow Nightingale. Uh, then Mark Briscoe gives the promo of the year. He is super motivated. He says they're a conglomeration of dangerous men. He makes a little rhyme about Orange Cassidy and does what he does best, man. Gets everybody hyped up and kind of the giggles. And yeah, that was some good stuff. Um, everybody, yeah, everyone was about to lose their shit. Kyle O'Reilly was
Oh, he
pretty much
corpsed.
laughing. Yeah, basically laughing. Orange Cassidy was doing everything in his power. Willow was just smiling ear to ear. Even Renee was taken aback by it. Yeah, man, unbelievable. Mark Briscoe's something else, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's a shame he had to take the pin of everyone in that
Right?
6-man. You couldn't keep telling that story that Kyle O'Reilly is losing, and you couldn't have Orange Cassidy lose. Nah, you'll just pin Mark Briscoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, if we would have done a preview, I would have put dollars to donuts. So the person taking that pin that match would have been Fletcher, the guy who won the thing. What the hell?
Yeah. Of all people
Should
to
have
win
given
that match.
friggin' Takeshi the pin. He's got more to gain by it.
He's got a title match at Forbidden Door. Fletcher
Yeah.
doesn't. What's Fletcher going to do at Forbidden Door? Maybe stink up the pre-show? That's really rude. Kyle Fletcher's an incredibly talented individual. He's not going to stink up anything. But it's like, why would he get the pin here?
Chandler, make your little observation about the TV title and the world.
Yeah, just to hop onto that match, but Kyle Fletcher pinned Mark Briscoe. So that technically means that the Ring of Honor TV title is better than the Ring of Honor World title, which doesn't really make sense or sit right with me, but whatever. It'd be like if Adam Copeland, when he had the title, beat Swerve when he has the world title. It wouldn't sit right with me.
That's fair.
Yeah, good point. That
But no
makes
one
a lot of
cares
sense.
because it's Ring of Honor. No one cares. I'm the only one who cares.
No, he comes out holding that belt, and I'm always like, what champion is he? I never remember.
Yeah.
Did you know that the Kingdom are still Ring of Honor World Tag Team title holders, whatever?
Have they
Does
defended
that
it?
matter?
Does anybody know?
No.
Predict the next tag team winners of Ring of Honor.
The Acclaimed.
I'd have a better chance of guessing the winning lottery
If anybody's answers something other than Outrunners, you're off the podcast.
Midnight Heat.
Oh, good pull.
That's the only other answer, and it's the only other stupid 1980s themed tag team running around.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, I love Mark Briscoe. He is something else. bummer he took that pin, but we'll get to that a little later. After that, we get a Roosh versus a jobber by the name of Dion Roosman.
Who also looks suspiciously a lot like Roosh.
Yep. Roosh elbow strikes Roosman out of the ring and then slams him into the barricade on the outside, brutalizes him. Rooshman gets the bull's horns. Roosh gets the win. Violent, quick match. He grabs the mic from Justin Roberts, and Roosh calls Rooshman a like all typical Americans, weak. I like that. He goes for another bull's horns, but we hear MJF's music hit. He runs out like stone cold, man. I loved it. He attacks Roosh head on. Security tries to break them up, but they both fight security at the same time, and then they go at it again. And then they end up in the crowd. Um, they end up backstage. MJF slams Roosh through a table. They get held back by pretty much all the B team locker room. Yeah, and they say we're going to get MJF versus Roosh on Dynamite in 1 week. No commercial breaks. So MJF can be on Team AEW in Blood and Guts.
Should be
Yeah,
a fun
good
match.
stuff. Yeah, man. I think it should have been on the pay-per-view. Who's MJF going to face at the pay-per-view then?
I think they're going to run it back. I think it'll be some crazy match. Then they'll have to add a stip. Like maybe they'll do like a bunkhouse brawl or a strap match or something.
Okay.
Boiler room match.
Steel cage.
Maybe. MJF, don't get any ideas. Don't jump off it like Copeland, okay?
Yeah.
No more jumping off steel cages. If you're gonna land on your fucking feet.
Dude, that's how Macho Man, dude, his knee was messed up ever since he did that Halloween Havoc 97. Never the same after that. Bad idea. Bad idea. Shit, Cody broke his toe when he did it too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. People just need to stop.
If Homelander Cody Rhodes can get injured off the top of a steel cage, so can you.
Yeah. Don't try this at home.
Exactly.
Cool. Yeah. Looking forward to that match next week. Roosh and MJF. Then we get a recap of Samoa Joe and Hook attacking the premier athletes in their locker room, and they have a match later on. After that, we finally get our 6-man tag: Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Mark Briscoe versus Roderick Strong, Kyle Fletcher, and Takeshita. Was it good to see your boy in action?
Yeah.
And he technically won.
He technically did. Technically. He was on the winning team.
He looked great in this match too. Like he got some shit in.
Yeah.
For me, and I never thought I'd say this, match of the night, and that's on an episode where Osprey and Ray Phoenix had a match.
Yeah, that match was good, but this was fun. Fletcher's definitely putting on some muscle. Like he's not the same scrawny dude he was a year and a half ago for sure. Let's see, Takeshita catches Orange Cassidy and uses him to hit Mark Briscoe, and then takes out O'Reilly by kicking him while holding Orange Cassidy. Unbelievable feat of strength. Orange Cassidy gives Fletcher and Takeshita a double Hurricane Rana. Takeshita punches Orange Cassidy while he's distracted by Trent on the outside. O'Reilly kicks and leg sweeps Kyle Fletcher. O'Reilly puts Fletcher's leg in Takeshita's hands and then gives Takeshita a dragon screw, making Takeshita give Kyle Fletcher a dragon screw at the same time. Fucking loved it. Fletcher kicks out of a big flying DDT from Orange Cassidy. Takeshita counters a J Driller from Mark Briscoe into a Blue Thunder Bomb. Oh, loved it. Fletcher gets a Froggy Bow from Mark Briscoe. He pins him, but the pin gets broke up by Roderick Strong. I thought he had it there. I thought that was
Ooh,
I thought that was the match.
Yeah, that Froggy
Uh,
Bow looks strong.
Yep. Fletcher ends up winning with a Tombstone Pile Driver on Mark Briscoe. Ugh. Trent attacks Orange Cassidy. Fletcher and Takeshita attack Mark Briscoe. All the while, Roderick Strong and the Dumpling Gang are just kind of like holding back O'Reilly. Like they weren't attacking him. They were just
Yeah.
like, no, no, no. Like it was weird. I don't know.
You know what? I can kind of defend that because don't they want Kyle O'Reilly to join their Devil Dumpling Gang?
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, if we want him to join, we don't want him getting injured. So we don't want the other guys beating him up. And then they're not going to beat him up because they want him to join. So I don't like the Devil Dumpling Gang, but at least that makes sense in their mind.
Yeah. Yeah. At least there was some logic there. Wrestling logic.
True. Man, Willow's music hits, but Statlander throws her on stage. Willow is hurt. Stokely says some Schneid stuff, and yeah, that's how that ended. Poor Willow. Chris Statlander looked like a badass for sure. But yeah, this was a pretty damn fun match. Takeshita looked great in this match, I gotta say. Let me see. Everyone got some good shit in. I think Orange Cassidy probably looked the weakest to me in the whole match.
Well, did anyone else notice that Orange Cassidy's fine now? He has
right.
friends. He's back to his old theme song. You know that it's not the Pixie song. So I guess he's good now. Thanks.
Yeah. Now I like some of the little details, like before him and Kyle O'Reilly had that badass tandem move. They actually they actually sort of stopped mid match and had a quick little, hey, you do this, I'll do this kind of thing, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, man, their match together one-on-one was really enjoyable for me. They had great chemistry for never facing each other. But yeah, Trent and the Don Callis family, man, up to no good. Shoot, what's Orange Cassidy doing it for? Oh yeah, he's
Zach Sabre Jr.
Yeah, okay. I wonder if Sabre Jr. joins the Callis family.
Yeah, he's just gonna do his own thing.
Yeah, even if he signs with AEW, I want him to be his own like assassin. Doesn't he have his own crew? He has the TMDK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, we saw BCC versus the Lucha people. Now we're getting BCC versus the Japan people because it's going to be BCC versus Leo Rush, Rocky Romero, and TMDK at Collision.
Hell
yeah, that's cool. I'm glad they're getting Leo Rush back on AEW television more. Like, I'm glad that whole thing is water under the bridge. He's not signed, but I'll watch him wrestle anytime. He'll be at Prestige too. Can't wait for that.
I think he's technically like they're counting him as a New Japan wrestler right now because every time he's out, they're like, "Oh, he wrestles for New Japan." So,
yeah, for sure. Cool. Then we get a video package for Shinga Takagi.
Yep.
Apparently he's gonna be in the Owen Hart Cup tournament. But yeah, I don't know much about him. He's apparently wrestled Moxley before. But yeah, he looks pretty brutal. Should be pretty fun. Yeah, looking forward to it. I'm always into watching wrestlers I've never seen before and seeing what they got. So I don't think he'd be in the tournament if he sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this tournament's actually shaping up to be like tough to predict. Like throwing a few wild cards in there, and like a lot of the matchups, I'm like doing permutations in my head. I'm like, I can't. There's no clear winner for me.
I mean, hopefully we can get to a point to where one half of the year we get a really great Owen Hart Cup, and then the other half we get the C2.
Yeah,
Nice balance. Like, I'm cool with that. That's great. Uh, so yeah, we'll see him in the Owen Hart Cup. Then we get Hook and Samoa Joe versus the Premier Athletes. Uh, Joe's trying to figure out why Taz likes the color orange. He's like, is it Syracuse or whatever? And Hook's like, no, he hates them. And he's like, all right. We got Shibata holding the camera. Hook and Joe attack the Premier Athletes on the ramp during their intro. Uh, Hook Hook does the Samoa Joe nonchalant walkaway spot. the
Samoa Joe's reaction was gold.
Love it. Dude, yeah, this is exactly what he needed. Maybe this is what they did to be like, all right, we can't let him leave. Like, we gotta
How would
we
you like
gotta
to
get
work with Samoa Joe? How would you like that?
Yeah, yeah. You guys
I'm
get
sure
to just be like, to me, like I'm getting this weird vibe. Like you guys seen Pulp Fiction?
No, unfortunately
Uh,
not.
they just have like the John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson vibe, or like because they have these weird like really chill conversations and then just go do terrible shit to people. I was like, it really feels like so a royale with cheese, and then all of a sudden like they're murdering some dude. I'm really into this, and I'm so happy.
Yeah. Not to be the Debbie Downer, because of course I'm with everyone in that. Joe and Hook and Shibata together are great. Do they go for the tag team championships or the trio championships? I don't know. I just want them to win gold. My issue is, what was the point of the Premier Athletes? What's the point? To be eaten up by this new Samoa Joe group?
Yeah, they're like the Miz. You just want to see them get punched in the face.
I guess, I don't know anything about the guys really. I remember Tony Nese and Ari Daivari from like NXT. Well, that's it. So
yeah.
Anybody be
Uh
managed by Mark Sterling?
yeah, yeah, pretty much. I like Mark Sterling. He's a big action figure fan. He's always on the Matt Cardona and who's the other guy? Uh Curtis Hawkins. They got an action figure YouTube channel. Pretty cool. You know how I am with the action figures. Uh, but yeah, cool stuff. Let's see. Yeah, Hook does that nonchalant walkaway spot. Joe ends up choking out Tony Nese on the apron. Hook gets Davari in the red rum, and he taps. And Shibata gets Mark Sterling in a sleeper too on the floor. Thought it was really great.
That sell was
Uh,
amazing. No twitching,
yeah.
nothing. He was dead.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's great. This little 3-man pairing is freaking great. Loved it. Yeah. Good stuff. Looking forward to seeing where they go. Are they going to circle back around to the learning tree?
I hope not. No.
They
I
don't
was
need it at this point.
I had a funny pitch that I was thinking in my head. If you guys want to hear it now or when we get to the learning tree segment. I know who takes the Ring of Honor tag team titles off of the Kingdom.
Who?
It's Brian Keith and Big Bill.
Ah,
Because the whole gimmick is, and I hate that I'm giving it credit, but the whole gimmick is I'm taking these underutilized talent and underutilized belts, putting them in the Jericho Vortex, giving them TV time so people care about them, which is what he's doing to the FTW Championship. So now Big Bill and Brian Keith win the Ring of Honor tag team titles, right? And he goes, see, now people care about them. They're associated with Chris Jericho. And he could go up to Big Bill and be like, Big Bill, isn't Brian Keith a much better tag team partner than that other guy you were with? And that's where Ricky Starks come back.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know what he
Okay.
does. He doesn't join the learning tree, for God's sake. But Ricky
No.
Starks come back.
Man, if he comes back, I'm for sure he's going to NXT. But if he came
No,
back,
he's main roster.
yeah,
Ricky
you
Starks
think?
could be main roster. Ricky Starks
Okay.
was a part of the, not directly, but led up to Sting's retirement. Like, that's kind of big. So
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, if he came back to AEW, would he be a heel or a face?
it depends on what they did. But if he went up against the learning tree, he'd definitely be a face.
Yeah, I think he's been away for long enough too. He definitely got a pretty big face pop when he returned.
I mean,
Yeah.
MJF is still getting his face pops, and he's a heel. He's just a bit of a tweener, I guess, but he's still a heel. So
Yeah. Yeah. After that Samoa Joe Hook match, we got a Stephanie Vacour promo. She wrestles all over the world, and she's not walking the red carpets like Mercedes Moné.
ooh, kill him.
She'll be the first New Japan Strong Women's Champion and TBS Double Champion. I wish, man. I am just fascinated with Stephanie Vacour. Yeah, I think she's great. Let's see. After that, we get Mercedes Moné and Zooxies. We kind of touched on it before. They just didn't have any great chemistry, right? Like, I wasn't impressed with Zooxies
Yeah, I was
for
expecting
real.
a lot more out of that match from some of the hype I heard on some preview stuff, and I was just like, yeah, I felt like it could have been a really good match, but they was just like too much hesitation between moves, too like yeah, like you said, just not a lot of chemistry. The crowd really seemed to get lost in that match too.
Yeah. Yeah, the crowd was not into it. Uh, yeah, Zooxies is pretty powerful and strong, but yeah, I don't know. At one point, Mercedes gives her a real sloppy deja vu. Just looked terrible. Mercedes arm drags Zooxies off the announce table, kind of like that. Zooxies drop kicks Mercedes off the apron. Then topes her on the outside. Zooxies gives Mercedes a sit down power bomb, covers her for two. Mercedes gives Zooxies a Meteora for a 2 count. Mercedes barely kicks out of a lung blower for a 2 count. Mercedes ends up winning with the moneymaker. Uh, yeah, I'm not that into the moneymaker at this point.
Very
Like,
convoluted.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
I think yeah. So far for me, 1 out of 3 times I've liked it.
Yeah, the Sky Blue one was pretty
Yeah.
good, but Sky Blue was already on her back, about to do a code blue. So,
Mhm.
when someone puts themselves on Mercedes' back, it looks great. But you know what else looks really great? The bank statement. You could
Yeah.
just call it like, I don't know, the Mercedes statement. I don't know, something the Monet statement. Call it something dumb, but like just do that. It was a really good submission maneuver.
Describe it to me. How did it go?
Basically, she kind of like rolls around and like rolls her opponent's like hands up so they're kind of like choking themselves, and then she like arches their back a lot. So it's like back pain
Okay.
and neck pain at the same time. It's sick.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
Okay.
it was
Yeah.
kind of one of those she could hit it out of anywhere spots.
Yeah, no, she wrapped Charlotte Flair up with it in the stands, like on the
Yeah.
walkway, like through the guard railing. She was bending her back through the guard railing. It was fucking amazing.
It was a really good spot.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I want that. Give me that. Damn. But yeah, it was a pretty mediocre match. I didn't enjoy it that much. Definitely not the Mercedes that I saw against Willow. Definitely a downgrade for sure.
I'm sure the Forbidden Door match will be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
I got
two have had at least one match. So
How do you two feel about Stephanie Vaquer, or not Stephanie Vaquer, Mercedes Moné being a double champ? Thoughts, opinions?
it'll be what's the word I'm looking for? Uh I don't know, it'll be cool seeing her get that belt back.
right.
That's the one that Willow beat her for.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'm trying to do the mental gymnastics to like see if they like do a double DQ finish and nobody wins or nothing like that. Because
That's
it's really hard for me to picture either of them being the double champ.
That's what I thought they'd do for Cody and Logan Paul at King and Queen of the Ring when I thought it was for both belts, but then they were like, oh, no, it's only for the WWE title. So I was like, oh, just do a double DQ or do a DQ. Like,
Yeah.
it's a Saudi show. No one cares. But I mean, Forbidden Door's a little bit different than that. You can't just do no one cares. But I think people would probably be fine if a big match like Mercedes Moné and Stephanie Vaquer ended in a double DQ. And you just say, it'll happen again. We promise.
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to see Stephanie Vacour wrestle like on my TV live. I'm looking real forward to that.
She should have a match
Um,
with Dynamite soon. Just to like, because I know
mhm.
obviously that you can go look her up on
Yeah.
YouTube or whatever,
But no, they
but
gotta hype you up for it.
show how good she is. Throw in the ring with a Sky Blue. Be like, oh, look at what she did to Sky Blue. She killed her in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné didn't kill her in 3 minutes. I don't know, like something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe it'll be on
Um,
Rampage.
Dang it. My arch nemesis, Rampage.
Yep. Ain't nobody watching that. Uh, After that, we got a really cool. I really enjoyed this real anime style Mina Shirakawa video package. Loved the little like pop up graphics on it, and it was pretty cool. She's a 5-time Stardom champion. Mariah May was kind of narrating it for us. She used to be a model. She was a tag champ with Mariah May. Yeah, looked really cool. Liked it. Yeah, she is adorable. Let me just say. Yeah, I want to see a lot more of her. After that, we get a real quick Tony Storm segment. Mariah May says Mina Shirakawa wants a contract signing. And did they say that was going to be on Rampage?
No, it's going to
Do
be on
you remember?
Dynamite.
Okay, good.
Pretty
Good.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember her being like, she'll be on Dynamite next week. Please play nice Tony Storm, love. And Tony Storm was like, cheers, love. I will. I bloody will. Sorry, I can't do an Australian accent that well.
Oh man. But yeah, they're gonna have a contract signing. I wonder what kind of shenanigans will ensue. We'll find out. After that, we get TV time with the Learning Tree.
Skip. Oh wait, we don't do that.
I was reading a write-up for this segment, and all they said was Chris Jericho took up a lot of TV time, and then they moved on to the next match. So I think it was Bleacher Report. They summed this up a lot better than we ever could.
Yeah, I wrote way more notes than that. Big Bill introduces Jericho, calls him the Socrates of pro wrestling, the guru of giving back, and the Michael Jordan of Michael Jordans. The crowd boos for that. Jericho walks out with Brian Keith. Uh, he does the whole shirt thing where he's like, "Who wants one? Who wants one?" And then just like doesn't give it away. Like Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. He says he ate some corn grown right here in Des Moines, Iowa. He says the corn needs well-drained, fertile soil and a pH of 6 to 6.8. And the corn he ate was at pH of 7, and that doesn't work for me, brother.
You get it? Do you get it?
I
It's
got
like
it,
when
and I
CM Punk
laughed.
did it, but CM Punk did it way better because it was funny.
I
Uh,
laughed. I laughed
it was.
hard.
I did laugh. Okay, I'll admit I did laugh, but like my patience is so thin with Jericho, as is. So one silly joke isn't gonna save this segment.
Brian Keith says, if you want to grow good corn, good lame ass corn, respect Chris Jericho. That was funny. That was good. Uh, Jericho introduces Private Party for the Learning Tree segment. Big Bill dances to the Private Party theme. I thought that was cool. Jericho says, if you're going to do the same, or if you're going to do some shots, make sure to have a designated driver. I love it. I like this segment, all of it. Uh, he says they haven't been winning and they need work on the basics. He says he doesn't know who trained them, but he was trained by Stu Hart, and says they're technically unsound. Zay wants Jericho to show them how to climb to the top rope. Jericho shows them. He does one foot, the next foot, gets up there and says, "This is how Owen Hart showed me." And then they end up knocking him off balance and taking out Brian Keith and Big Bill. Zay does a senton on Jericho, and Quinn does a beautiful shooting star press. He gets so high up in the air, he looks like he's floating. Uh, Love it. He does it so good. And yeah, that was the end of the segment. I enjoyed it. I got to hear a funny joke. Uh, Big Bill's pretty funny. Brian Keith is pretty funny, and Jericho and the other two guys got their ass beat.
Yeah, and it's like I guess Private Party got a big win on a segment on Dynamite, but they're just gonna lose whenever they have to fight the Learning Tree. They're just gonna lose. And like I hate to be mean, this kind of just felt sad and desperate for Jericho because he's like, "Come on, guys, I'm not behind the times. I know it's bad, and that makes it good, but like, no, it's still bad. I'm still not entertained. I'm still annoyed. So I don't know. I'm not into this. That Bleacher Report little thing summed up how I feel about this segment week in and week out, which is Jericho took up some TV time.
Yeah. No, I keep trying. I keep going back and forth. Like I'm like mildly entertained, but then in the back of my head, I was like, or they could have given that time to another women's segment, and it probably would have been fire.
Yeah, I like. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I can't remember. It was on the top of my head. I was gonna make a really good point. Now I feel embarrassed about this old Jericho. Oh, Jericho is incredibly funny and an incredible good talker. I love watching his like interview segments or his podcast. They're incredibly entertaining. So it makes sense that he can say a funny line or two in his promos still, even now. But like that's it. It's not shining through. Like when I would watch Jericho give interviews, he's like a stand-up comedian the way he tells his stories. And he has such charisma,
Yeah.
and he has none of that right now. And I get it's the point because he's a heel, but you could try, you know. The Young Bucks are shrimp dick heels, but like they have charisma. Maybe it's just because Okada's standing behind them, but they have charisma.
No, he
Yeah.
proved he could do it before. Like WWE, the list thing was friggin' gold.
Yeah, it was something really stupid, but he made it really good. And so I think he kept trying to be like, oh, I'll do something stupid. And eventually people will catch on, and people just haven't. Not since You guys have watched more of him. I don't think anything's really caught on with Jericho ever since Le Champion from like early AEW or a little bit of the bubbly. I think that's the last time people really thought Jericho was funny or but like ate into what he bought. Ever since then, I've only heard about how Jericho kind of sucks and is taking up TV time.
I think a little bit the Ocho or Diocho kind of
Yeah.
caught on just a tad, but that was literally the last thing that was, that really caught on. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. I want to root for him. Like I don't know. I don't want him to retire.
He's a legend. I think he just needs to quit being such a tryhard, just be himself.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way of putting it. Because even if he's putting up a little bit of a character when he's being interviewed, he still is entertaining, right? So like, why can't he do that on the wrestling show where he's paid to be entertaining? Why can't he do it? Please, Jericho, be good. I know you can. Be good.
Man, I mean, shit, the Jericho Appreciation Society was better than this. When he's trying to make fun of sports entertainment.
I really
yeah.
like that hat.
Yeah. Jake Hager, no more. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. After that, we get a John Moxley video package. Let's see. He's been going after the New Japan World Championship for 5 years. They show him battling New Japan wrestlers and AEW wrestlers. He tells Naito he's a dead man. Looks like Naito's getting a rematch, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I hope Naito wins.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I want Moxley back in AEW.
There's enough belts in AEW. I don't really need to see him bring the IWGP title around.
Yeah.
Nothing against it, but like, I don't know. That's kind of the IWGP title. I'm sure that should be handled in New Japan. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, New Japan's definitely like in a rebuilding mode right now. And I'm sure they thought it would be good publicity, but I don't know. It just, it doesn't really feel like AEW is getting a whole lot of it. And I don't imagine New Japan gets a ton, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah. It'd be one thing if John was like fighting New Japan talent on AEW for that title, right?
Yeah.
Like if he fought Shota Umino, for example, or Leo Rush, that would be pretty cool. But he wrestled Hobbs, right? And he wrestled Takeshita, which, I mean, in theory are like good matches, but in the end, Moxley's winning because they're not going to go AEW talent to AEW talent for a New Japan title. Like, they're just not going to do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure Naito's gonna win too, just because I feel like a lot of the matches. Well, I guess like Cassidy could probably drop that because it's not really for no stakes. But I feel like a lot of the AEW talent's gonna win their matches, so it's like they need a couple, and he got the belt off Naito, so they could probably hot potato it back to him pretty easily.
Yeah. Has there been any CMLL talent confirmed for Forbidden Door? Because it's obviously been a lot of New Japan guys, and then one Stardom girl for Tony Storm.
Yeah, well,
And
Vacker, but
she's technically she's got the New Japan Women's Strong Championship though, right?
oh, that's true. Yeah.
Is she both? Does she count for both?
A lot of the stuff I watched on YouTube was CMLL, but I don't know if she's currently there.
She might just be like a CML wrestler who holds that title, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of anyone offhand. No Volador Jr., no
Hechicero.
Hechicero.
Get that
Love
idiot
him.
on the card, Tony Khan.
Right?
Please.
Let him do his full entrance with the flaming
Yeah.
things and the.
Yeah.
You
I
should just
love
be
it.
like, all right, Brian Danielson, remember that Hechicero match? Go out there again, kid. Go get him one
Yeah.
more time. You got it. I'd eat that
Yeah.
up. Give him an hour. I don't care.
Man, yeah, I thought that was like going to be the whole plan for Forbidden Door was to
Right?
include CMLL, and that's why they got all their visa issues taken care of.
So they
Uh,
have one. I'll give them Stephanie Becker. They have one. And then they have one Stardom person. So maybe there'll be more people in that. There'll probably be one CMLL, one New Japan. I was about to say one CMLL, one New Japan, and one Stardom person in that TNT title match.
That would be awesome.
That would be cool if they were like, we don't care. We're putting a Stardom person in there. Have at it. What if she wins? Who cares?
Man, I remember I started giving shoot, what's it called? It was on Netflix, the Lucha Libre
Lucha
wrestling.
Underground?
Yeah,
Underground?
Lucha Underground. It was like within the first couple of things, I was like, there was an intergender match, and I was like, oh, this will be neat. Like I'm picturing like how WWE would have done it at the time, and it was like, oh, it'll be a cool battle, and the women will probably win. And no, he just fucked her up. It was uncomfortable. I'm like, I can't watch this anymore. This is hurting me.
yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. Man, is that still on Netflix? Like,
I mean, they went out of business a while ago, so
do you think it's in their like backlog? I have to look that
I
up. I
hope
want to.
so. I don't know if you're on a VPN, I'm sure you could probably get it.
Yeah, I like their belt. Can't remember what they called it, like Nectar of the Gods or something belt or something of the
It's on
gods.
it's on Apple TV or Amazon Prime Video, but I think you have to pay either per season or per episode because it says available from $1.99. So I
Yeah.
think that's $1.99 per episode, unfortunately. So that's pretty
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, I just remember
Damn.
that like in my head, like, oh, this will be interesting. Oh no. Oh no, he should not be doing that to her. Oh yeah, no, he just won. He killed her.
Kind of sucks because that's where like a lot of people were for a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ricochet, Swerve, uh,
Kenta,
yeah, Johnny TV, Taya Valkyrie. I
Taya
think they met.
Valkyrie,
I think they met.
Angelico.
Yeah. There's a big one I'm forgetting about right now. I feel bad. Oh, Rey Mysterio was
Yeah.
in Lucha Underground for a little bit. So like,
What?
yeah, there's a lot of important stuff that happened in Lucha Underground, and it's kind of hard to watch right now. But like, to be honest, that's AEW right now.
Yeah.
'Cause I have to watch through a VPN to watch it. I don't have cable, so if you don't have cable and you can't record it, it's really hard to watch AEW right now.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. They need to get that shit on Max.
Something, please.
Something.
Peacock, who cares?
Oh,
Just throw it on Peacock.
oh man. Yeah, WWE would love that. Uh Yeah, let's see what do we got after that. We got the Bang Bang Gang. They're doing the Freebird rule. I love it.
Uh-huh.
Juice is technically a trios champ, and God, you gotta love him wearing the one belt and having the two like holsters
Mhm.
on them. Dude, love it. They're wondering what the House of Black does. They turn off the lights to mock
Mm.
them.
The House of
Uh,
Black is attacking me, guys. Help! Help!
Uh, Juice Robinson challenges the House of Black for Collision. Uh, yeah, how's that gonna go? Are they gonna lose the belts?
It's a non-title match. I saw the graphic. It's a non-title match.
Okay, okay. Will that lead to a title match?
I hope not.
I don't know. I think I need the Bang Bang Gang to drop it to Joe Hook and Shibata.
I
Okay,
agree with Chad.
okay, yeah. All three of us we're on that. But yeah, man, I gotta tell you, I'm so happy to see Juice Robinson back. He's got charisma, man. He is a loose cannon. I love it.
I didn't like Juice Robinson when we saw him last because it was in that MJF feud, and I was like,
Yeah.
"This is for the world title. I don't like this guy in the main event picture." But him in the trios title
That was
picture,
amazing.
oh, he's perfect. He's perfect for that. So yeah, I love Juice Robinson now. He's excellent. And I was thinking like they should have him and Mark Briscoe just do a promo off. Who
Right?
cares?
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
much yelling and nonsense, and I love every second of it.
It'll be the
What?
next Hogan and Rock moment where they
Yeah.
like stare at each other, but they're just yapping the whole time.
Or even better, they kick out Juice and they become a tag team. That's what I want now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna get that match on Collision. After that, we get another Daniel Garcia match. He is on TV a lot lately. 2024, baby. Versus our old buddy Nick Camarado, who I didn't even realize was him until they said his name. Do you remember him at all, Chandler, from being in the QTV bullshit or whatever
I
was
never
before
saw
that?
QTV. I never had to watch
Uh,
it. I
uh,
remember them being like QTV is back, baby, and then QT Marshall quit, and then he came back.
what they called the Factory, Chad?
Yeah, that's what they were before that because it was part of the
Before that,
Nightmare Factory.
yep, it was Aaron Solo, Nick Camarado, Anthony Agogo.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah,
Before
Nick
Cody killed his
Camarado.
career.
Yeah,
Hey, he's
Nick.
fine. He's in Shane Taylor Productions.
Yeah, yeah. Nick Camarado's gone through a couple different looks. He was just a big hairy wild man at first, and then he turned into like an Italian guy for
Yeah.
a little while, and now he's like clean shaven but like gigantic. Pretty cool to see him. I missed him. We got Daddy Magic on commentary, and man, this was a squash match if I've ever seen one. Uh, we got Osprey watching the match backstage. We got MJF watching too, and he's got his hand iced up from his battle with Roosh. Garcia wins real quick with the guillotine into the Red Cross. He dances in the barricade like he did last time. Yeah, he looked really, really strong against a big giant monster. So, yeah, I love it. So I was glad they had Will Osprey watching him. So
Yeah.
Well, they
hopefully
had
we're
MJF watching him too, so I kind of planted a little seed in my head, right? Because we were saying, what's MJF gonna do for Forbidden Door, right? It might be a Roosh match, but what if there's a sneaky little triple threat for that international title?
Ooh.
Garcia, Osprey, MJF.
Ooh.
Thoughts? The only reason I
okay.
have to go off of that is because they both watched Daniel Garcia. That's all I have. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
It
be
could
into it.
happen.
Like he's Osprey is one of the guys he mentioned on his opening promo.
Yeah. Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm into that. I want that. Um, let's see. After that, we get Renee asking
Bill.
um yeah, Will Ospreay, how his body is holding up. He says he's feeling fine and he has a contract to hand over. After that, we get a really shitty Pack promo. He says he's had loss after loss and failure after failure. He's humiliated. He's supposed to be a bastard, but he feels like a bitch. All that is over. He's angry and will be entering the Owen Hart Cup tournament, and he will win. This will be his redemption. Um, okay, I like that he's in the Owen Hart Cup. That's a good thing. I don't think he'll win it, but he'll probably put on some great matches, right?
Oh yeah.
So I know I have a prediction for the women's one, but I don't really have a one for the men's one, right? And I just had a little thinky, right? But first, I want to see if there's anyone I'm missing. Who do you two think is going to win the men's Heart Cup? Like just like off the top of your head, if you had to guess, who do you think?
Who do we know is in it? Danielson.
Pac.
I can't remember offhand who else is even in it.
Shingo.
Oh, that Shingo. He won't win it.
Okay. So I'm predicting, I think, yeah, it's just Pac and Shingo and Bryan Danielson. That's it. I think Pac is gonna win it, and they'll do Pac versus Osprey at All In. It'll be British versus British.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm okay with that. Damn it. I'm quite because he did bring that up. He did bring up Wembley in his promo. So
And Pac missed last year.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Okay, that makes
Danielson wins it, and that's how you get Danielson Osprey 2 for the, for the title this time.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I
don't know if I could handle another one of those. I was an emotional wreck at the end of the first one.
Dude, the Tiger Driver, bro. It's scary. Real scary. I just want him to give Osprey one.
That would be good. If Danielson won by hitting the what do you call it? Tiger Driver, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah. It would. It would be good. That's the only way I'll want it to happen. Let's see. After that, we get our main event for the international title. Will Ospreay defending against Rey Fenix. Yeah, apparently they've faced each other a couple times before, but this is the first time in AEW. Swerve was front row. Ospreay hands him the contract. It's a real fast start, fast pace. Obviously, what else would it be? Osprey counters an Os Cutter from Phoenix, and both get up and the crowd go crazy. Phoenix gives Osprey a frog splash, then covers him for 2. Swerve watches on from the front row. They announced Blood and Guts will be on July 24th in Nashville. Then back to the match. They battle on the top rope. Rey gives Osprey a Hurricane Rana, but Osprey lands on his feet. Then Osprey gives Rey a big DDT, but Rey Fenix lands on his feet. The crowd is losing their shit. I did too. It was amazing. Will Osprey gives Rey Fenix air raid crash, but Rey kicks out at 2. Osprey nails an Oz Cutter on Rey Fenix, only gets 2 out of that one. Rey Fenix counters a hidden blade with a Hurricane Rana, covers Will Osprey for 2. Will Osprey hits a hidden blade, then gets to the top rope, looks Swerve right in the eye, and gives Rey Fenix a or no, he says my house, and then gives Rey Fenix Swerve stomp. Then another hidden blade for the win. Oh my god, what a freaking match, dude. Swerve and Osprey stare each other down in the ring, pretty much like last week. Osprey extends his hand. Swerve yells at Osprey for a while, and shoves the world championship in Osprey's chest. And as Swerve is turning to walk away, Osprey grabs it, tries it on his shoulder, and then the international on one shoulder, the world championship on the other, and then Swerve grabs his title back and says, "You're lucky. We're friends. Anyone else, I'd put them in the grave." Ooh, yeah, it kind of made Swerve look a little chumpy. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie, but it was still a great match, and man, Osprey looked like a badass calling his shot and doing his finisher. Ooh, man, oh man. You think Swerve's gonna turn heel?
I hope not. He's earned this face turn, and I still enjoy it. So I don't really see a point to that other than it's hard to book face versus face well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Ospreay's is like a little too beloved by the crowd. So yeah, I think Swerve's gonna be heel-ish, but not full blown heel.
Could they be forced to coexist in blood and guts?
That'd be cool.
maybe that would
I
be
hope so.
interesting.
Yeah, because that'll happen before Forbidden Door, right?
No.
After.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it, is it
in
after it?
July. Yeah, it's in July.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. I forgot about Ospreay. He'd be a good candidate for Team AEW.
Mhm.
But yeah,
He
no,
said,
I thought the match was great, and I thought it was weird for me, like I said, an Osprey on the on the card, and it was not my favorite match of the night. It was still a great match, but I enjoyed the vibe of the multi-man match a little more. Felt very AEW.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah, it was super fun. Yeah, it had a little extra to it
Yeah.
compared to this one. And the ending, yeah, was Swerve not looking so dominant, kind of took a little bit away from the match for me,
Yeah.
even though they're two separate things.
Yeah, especially after the promo Swerve cut earlier in the night. I was like, should have just left it at that. Like he looked great after that.
yeah, I think should have been like a brawl should have happened. That
Me
would have been
too.
pretty good.
Should have been a brawl. They should have not done the belt try on,
Yeah.
and they should have brawled. I think
Also,
that
you
would
know
have
what
worked
happens?
better.
You touch the belt, you don't win it.
Oh yeah,
Maybe,
yeah,
I don't know.
Or is that only on the
yeah.
go home show?
I think that's only on the go home show, and
No.
we're still a couple away from that.
I still want the Osprey pulling double duty
Mhm.
and retaining the international title, and then being too tired to go all the way for the main event.
That'd be
See,
cool.
I think I've changed my mind. I think he's gonna lose the international title and then win the world title.
Ah.
He's gonna do what Cody did at Mania because Tony Khan's gonna be like, "Wow, that's good booking," and then copy it. I know that they didn't come up with that, right? Daniel Bryan did that. No, Daniel Bryan won and then won. Owen Hart lost and then won.
Yeah.
No, not Owen Hart. Bret Hart.
Right.
Sorry. Bret Hart lost to Owen Hart in the opener of WrestleMania 10 and then beat Yokozuna in the main event. So that's kind of like the only other time something like that has happened that comes to mind.
Did he get Yokozuna in the sharpshooter? Is that physically possible?
Yeah, it looked
Yeah.
ridiculous. I loved it.
You're asking if Bret Hart could get someone into the sharpshooter? I've never watched a man's match, but I know he can get anyone into that sharpshooter. He can probably still get anyone to do a sharpshooter. He's
Yeah.
Bret
It's like
Hart.
it's like putting it on the Kool-Aid Man, though.
It's Bret Hart.
Oh yeah.
Those little bitty legs poking out of the big old body. Oh man. Oh, but yeah. We got a couple matches announced for Collision. We got that Bang Bang Gang, House of Black, which I'm really looking forward to. Let's see. Might have to look it up here.
It's it's in my head. It's the Blackpool Combat Club versus Rocky Romero, TMDK, and Leo Rush. There's, I think it's Dante Martin versus Lee Moriarty for the qualifying match to be in the
Oh,
team
that's
title.
right.
There's
Ooh.
Christian's Father's Day special. So
Yes. Yes.
and it's the 1 year anniversary of Collision in general. So I don't know what to do with that, but I think having the Bang Bang Gang is kind of on the show is like that's probably your Collision anniversary match.
Deanna Purrazzo, Thunder Rosa, no DQ.
Oh, is that happening on?
Yeah.
They didn't.
Yeah.
Did they say that on Dynamite? That's a pretty big
They
match.
did.
Oh, they did. I must have missed it.
I am fine with that. That ought to be fun.
Mhm.
Hopefully Thunder Rosa can get her win back.
Oh, she
Get
will.
some momentum. Cool. All right. Everyone out there in YouTube world, I want you
Uh,
to do ahead and
Whoa. Uh-oh, Dave went crazy.
Yeah.
elbow drop that like button. We're still recording, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elbow drop that like button. Power bomb that subscribe button and leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And then there's something going on in magical land called the audio realm, right, Chad?
Yeah. So if a YouTube video is a little too long for you to sit through, but you still want to enjoy our witty banter about AEW and all things wrestling, you can check us out on an audio podcast. We are on everything, all major audio podcast platforms, including Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Podbean. What else we got?
iHeartRadio. Did you say that?
Probably
Apple Podcasts.
I did Apple. All the
Pandora?
things.
All of them.
All of them.
And if you can't
Yep.
find us, leave us a note in the comments, and I will make sure we get up on there.
No, if you can't find us,
yeah.
it's your fault. Look harder. Try harder.
And even after I accidentally misclicked some stuff, there's like one random thing, audio only podcast on YouTube. Sorry about that. That was weird.
Diversifying our content. That's what we want.
I text Chad. I was like, "What did I do?"
Yeah. I was like, nah, that was me. I just turned something on.
Yeah, it was so weird. I was like, "How did I do that?" But yeah, Podbean uploaded our entire podcast audio version on YouTube. But yeah, that was a one shot thing. And so yeah, we'll be doing our Collision review probably going up Tuesday, and I'm gonna watch NXT again, and I'm
Ooh,
gonna
fun.
run that down a little bit on our Dynamite review. Might as well. Steven Larson started doing their NXT review again after not doing
Nice.
it for a very long time. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. Who knows? I might start loving it.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, it's more often than not, it is goofy and silly, and it's very developmental. Like, if you're not going there for the highest of quality, you're going there to just kind of eat some popcorn and get some giggles.
I'm cool with that. I like hearing Booker T. He'll always be nostalgia for me. So yeah, good stuff. I needed to do something WWE related for a long time. So I might as well start there, huh?
Yeah. Hey, if we have time, we should try to, at least me and Chandler should try to sneak in a Clash review.
Yeah, should be fun. Big Drew.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. That'll be what, this weekend, right?
I think
Yep.
it's on Saturday.
Yeah, like
Oh,
11
cool.
a.m. or something weird like that. Time differences.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Uh, yeah, cool. But yeah, that'd be cool to get a little Clash at the Castle review going. Uh, yeah, I don't think I'll be watching that, but we'll see. I might watch a match or two, or at least I'll catch some highlights or results.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing on there has really got me captivated, so I'm not the Cody fan that you are, Chandler.
Yeah,
I
I
think
get
I
it.
think I'm a I think I'm a Drew McIntyre fan for
He's
some
amazing.
reason.
He's fantastic.
Because I know he was pretty cool in TNA. Man, what did he go by? Do you remember his?
Drew Galloway.
Yeah.
Drew Galloway. Yeah. So yeah, I know he's been through a lot, and he really blossomed away from WWE and came back like Cody, and yeah, he's a big deal. So yeah, I got a lot of respect for him. I think I'm a Seth Rollins fan. Pretty sure. I think he's pretty neat. Yeah, I don't have any reason to like LA Knight personally. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I got respect for the WWE. I know they're the big boys on the block. So
Mm-hmm.
for forever together, right? However that goes.
Forever together.
Yeah, they even had that little intro before NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Cool. Well, yeah, I think that just about does it. Yeah, this is a long one tonight, huh, guys?
Yeah. I don't know, we spent a lot of
Cool.
time bullshitting before the episode too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Thank you, Chandler. Thank you, Chad. Thank you out there,
Dave.
everyone in YouTube and audio realm world for staying with us. We really enjoy doing this, even if just a couple people are watching. Hopefully a lot more one day we'll be watching. But yeah, this is fun. I like wrestling. It's pretty neat. But cool, yeah, that just about wraps it up. Yeah, I think I'll do the thing now.
Do the thing. Peace.
Bye-bye.